5. From the NBC Tower, this is Sports Sunday, the complete wrap-up of today's action around the NFL. Sports Sunday with Mark Giangreco and the Bears' Steve McMichael.
Out of the way, I got something to say. Get out of my face. Don't try to take my place. Come on, pass the chips. I don't want to hear no lip. My work is done. Now it's time to have some fun. I get 200 times a day. The bread snaps on my toes. No one can tell me what to do. Because it's my show, that's right. Because it's my show, yes it is. It's my show.
Hi everybody, welcome again to Sports Sunday. Yours truly and Porky.
Mark, have you ever seen the movie Deliverance?
You've got
a pretty mouth.
Yeah, anyway, it's another Pleasant Valley Sunday. You sit back in the chair, you don't even raise a finger, and you're back in first place.
Oh, thank you. That's the best thing to come out of San Francisco since, well, I won't say.
Good. See how he's getting better
Yeah,
now?
I'm getting better.
Well, let me tell you something.
This is just to reaffirm. You know, people have been writing in, that boy's a pig.
He's a P-I-G
He is a
pig.
pig.
Reaffirm that.
There you go.
I'll tell you what, on paper, the Detroit Lions were the king of the beasts in the NFC Central the past few weeks, but today, the 49ers shredded Detroit to bits and just handed Bears a piece of first place. The Lions were listless, to say the least. 4th and 1. Harry Sidney runs away. There's nobody home. Quickly, San Francisco scores. They dominated throughout. Lots of Bear bodies in the Bay Area today. Steve Young hit his first 16 passes, including this 51-yard missile to John Taylor, who goes out of bounds close with 44 seconds left in the half. That sets up Young scrambling and heaving to Jerry Rice. It was a rout, but nobody's perfect. Young's 17th toss was a little long for Wesley Walls, and he pays for it right there.
Ouch.
San Francisco, though, was virtually unstoppable on 3rd and 13. The left-handed laser to Mike Sherrard, who catches it and pops in for the score. The 49ers didn't punt once the whole day. Wayne Fonts ready to cash it in. The big story, though, was on defense. Barry Sanders hemmed in. He was held to 26 yards on 7 carries. Lions lose 35-3 to join the Bears at 5-2. The Vikings and the Patriots in the meantime. Leonard, well, look at that. Lights out. Here we are. Leonard Russell punches it in. Fumbles it, but his teammate Fred Childress recovers. That's how New England scores. They'll take it. The point after was blocked to make it 2013 New England.
The officials made a mistake there.
They did make a mistake, I think. 1:40 left. Rich Gannon finds AC right on the line. Touchdown. Vikings within a field goal at 23-20. Minnesota tried an onside kick twice after a penalty on the first one. They make it work the second time as it bounces and rattles around in the crowd. Number 41, Solomon Wilcott, recovers it with the good hands. And that led to a Fouad Rives field goal. It's up, it's good. We're tied at 23. And we go to overtime where Jason Starofsky missed one, but got this one with just seconds left. Patriots and Dick McPherson sting the vacillating Vikings. 26-23.
Vacillating.
In overtime.
I thought we were going to cut out the cuss words.
Okay, Saints and Bucks. Bobby Abor still partly cloudy from that concussion last week. Watched Steve Walsh throw 2 interceptions on his first 6 passes. And then Chris Chandler not much better as he ricochets one here right in the arms of Brett Maxey. This kind of stuff back and forth all day. The Saints knocking at the door now. Gil Finnerty, a little misdirection. Juke move. He goes the other way. Nobody there. 7-0 New Orleans. Walsh did start it clicking a little bit later on as he threads the needle to Eric Martin. Yes, he caught it. Touchdown 23-7. Saints. Chandler counting like trigger here. Look. And then he pulls the trigger on disaster as he chases down this errant snap. Look out. New Orleans remains unbeaten with a 23-7 victory over Tampa Bay.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Did you watch Running Scared last night? Great movie. My question to you is New Orleans really that good?
They seem to be. They're unbeaten, aren't they?
Yeah, well, you know, that doesn't mean anything.
They've been
Good luck of the draw.
Who have they played besides Tampa? I don't even know.
Well, I don't know. I can't.
We'll get to them this week. I promise.
Down there,
It's going to be
that owner Tom Benson bouncing around with those little
Hadn't
parasols.
been back to play in the Superdome since when?
Since
'85.
the Super
What a
Bowl.
day that was.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Haven't been back till then. All right, we'll get to that in a minute. Elsewhere, around the NFL at this midway point of the season, we kick it off with the Dolphins, the Mammals, against the Oilers. Dan Marino, another lousy day. Watch this interception. Chris Dishman gets one hand on it, kind of flips it back to Darrell Lewis, who takes off. Sleight of hand there. He's in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. And then this is ridiculous. Sammy Smith had a sure touchdown, but just like last week, coughs it up into the end zone. Dishman is there to pounce on it. Houston wins 17-13. They are 6-1. In Pittsburgh, they still want Barry Bonds' autograph, even though he tanked the playoffs. Seahawks put it to the Steelers. Dave Craig to Mike Tice. It was easy for Seattle. They won it 27-7. The Jets and the Colts. Johnny Hector pulling off the flea flicker. Back to Ken O'Brien. He wants more. Deep to a wide open Rob Moore, and the Jets roll 17-6. The Colts stink. Atlanta and Phoenix. The Falcon Dion thinking about his Braves in the series. The Cardinals try the flea flicker, not quite as flickish here. Tom Tupa says no. He does make something out of it, I guess. Tupa then gets his rhythm going off the wrong foot, goes deep to Randall Thrill Hill, who leaps over loudmouth Tim McKyer and pulls it in, and Phoenix wins it 16-10. That was pretty.
My goodness.
The Broncos and the Chiefs. Harvey Williams just dances into the end zone, and Marty Schottenheimer's feeling good. He thinks he's got another victory, but John Elway has other ideas. On 3rd and long, Elway goes long, launching that shoulder rocket 72 yards to Mark Jackson. That sets up the game-winning field goal, and Denver, just like that, spanks Kansas City. Tough loss for the Chiefs. They go down by a count of 19-16.
Schottenheimer hasn't won in Denver in 10 years now.
Really?
Yes.
Raiders and Rams. Jay Schrader to Willie Gault, who actually hung on, getting hit, and didn't even mess up his hair.
Willie?
Yeah. Jim Everett tries to rally. He clanks one off somebody's helmet. Right to Ronnie Lott. Lott had 2 INTs today. Came down to Jeff Jager with the clock ticking down. It's good. And the Raiders win it 20-17. Now
Briscoe should have given lots some more money.
Yeah, this is the game. San Diego and Cleveland in overtime. John Freese under pressure at the helm, looks to flip it out on a screen. David Brandon picks it off. The Browns stab the Chargers in the heart with a 30-24 overtime victory. They're going nuts. The dog pound flew into San Diego for that
was
one.
an overtime? What
Yes,
did you
it
call
was.
it?
Mr. Freeze goes down. So recapping it on the scoreboard, San Francisco beats Detroit, putting the Bears back in first place, a share of the #1 spot in the division. New England over those hapless Minnesota Vikings in overtime. New Orleans stays unbeaten over Tampa. Houston on a roll down in Miami. The Jets over Indianapolis. Denver beats KC. Cleveland over San Diego in OT. The Raiders down the Rams. Phoenix beat Atlanta. Seattle, no problem with Pittsburgh, 27-7. The score there, the Buffalo Bills and the winless Cincinnati Bengals tomorrow night from Rich Stadium in Buffalo. So we're at the halfway point. Give me an assessment, the overall feeling.
Not quite. What are we?
Almost.
5-2? It's not halfway yet.
Well, then, you
Yeah.
play your 8th game coming up. So this is kind of a time, since we're not playing this Sunday, that you can assess the progress of this
we
team.
can go down there and pull this one out, a 6-2 record at the halfway points. Really decent.
That would be huge. Then you've got the Lions and the Vikings, and then the
And then
Colts.
we start getting into our division, and we have to win those division games.
I guess the Lions lost today make Ditka look prophetic again. He said he wasn't convinced the Lions were that good.
Well, he's a true genius, that man.
He is a genius.
Yes.
With a sharp haircut.
I'll stroke him.
Now, the fact that Brad Muster is back, they can mix it up a little bit on offense. What about on defense?
Well,
seem to
you
be
know,
right
I think
on
Charlie was on crutches after the game. Neil, and I don't know if he's going to play this week or not.
Ooh, a flash.
A hot flash there. You know, that hamstring of his was hurting him.
You know, I don't think the coach
Terribly
would like
bad.
some
Terribly bad.
loose-lipped player giving away secrets here.
What secret?
He'll play,
If he don't
right?
walk out on the field, he's not going to play.
Big secret. I think he's going to play. When Sports Sunday continues, more insightful wit and wisdom. Stay with us.
Indubitably.
Sports Sunday is brought to you in part by your local Ford dealer.
Last year, Chevrolet introduced the Caprice, and it was a big hit with some people.
But you know what I like best? these extra-large fenders, huh?
Yeah, that's real nice.
This year, Ford introduces the 1992 Crown Victoria, and it's a big hit with the critics. Automotive industries called it a work of art. And according to Auto Week, the Crown Vic tops the Caprice.
You sure don't want to ride?
No, you go on ahead.
The 1992 Ford Crown Victoria. It's much more than just everyday transportation.
Flying Midwest Express to New York, sir?
First time, and I don't want a middle seat.
Sir, we have no middle seats.
You're kidding. This has to be first class.
No, sir. This is coach.
You're kidding.
Your dinner, sir?
You're kidding.
Fly Midwest Express from Milwaukee's hassle-free Mitchell International Airport.
Really enjoyed having you aboard, sir.
You're kidding.
Midwest Express.
Don't worry, call the CarX man.
My dad taught me everything I know about cars. He only got one thing wrong. He never told me to bring my car to CarX for brakes.
I always went some other place.
Why go to some other place? Right now, save 10% on CarX's complete professional brake service. 10%.
Do you think you get expert work like this for so little at some other place?
What other place?
Rattle, rattle, thunder, clatter, boom, boom, boom. Shh, don't worry, call the CarX man.
Who says calling overseas has to be expensive? Sprint's got a new way to call that can save you over 25 francs on a typical call to France, hundreds of yen on a call to Japan, and thousands of won on a call to Korea. It's called Sprint World. The way things are today, you need all the won you can get.
Oh, are we on? I'm sorry.
Let's go back to the Packer victory, okay, to just show how the offense is now balanced.
Balanced?
It's balanced now.
The weights and scales method.
You don't have to count on, the coach trying to figure out what to do inside the 20, because it's balanced now.
Well, let's see this.
Let's see it. Neil Anderson, who finally, the running game got together again. I think Neil got some 80 yards, 28 on this play.
Yeah, I usually got the oxygen mask stuck in my face. I don't get to see them these plays.
Why is it you take so much oxygen? You're going to OD in
It clears your mind and uplifts your spirit, son.
This is the reason why Neil's getting some running room, because Mustard's blocking and he's catching again.
Let me tell you, they went to the pass to the fullback and the tight in this game, and it opened up some alleys for them. That was nice to see.
Now, do you think that dump off to Mustard play will be especially valuable because New Orleans linebackers are so active? They got 4 guys flying all over the place.
Oh, well, San Francisco made a living off of it, dumping it to Craig and Rath, and they won a few Super Bowls, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. They sure did.
I like that little short passing offense.
Great defense, although, you didn't really go up against some spectacular offense.
Well, I think Magic was a little rusty after coming back with that bruised shoulder. This was his first game back, and he wasn't as sharp as he usually is.
Well, here Denton Roper rope him in, and he didn't know what to do.
We were putting pressure on him the whole game, yes. It was nice to see the guys come off the ball like that.
And then a rare safety blitz, or the cornerback blitz, with Mangum coming in here. And that's on your buddy Tizak.
Yeah, they weren't ready for that, no. They thought we were going to be playing some zone and, playing safe. But we crossed them up and blitzed, yes. It was a beautiful thing.
It was beautiful. When Tomzak came in the game, was that exciting for you? Were you yelling the plays out across the line to him? Just trying to rattle him?
No, I was concentrating on what I had to do. In between the TV timeouts, I'd be in a little low voice, Tizak, across the line of scrimmage. He'd never look around at me, though.
I think somebody wrote in the paper that it was like Tizak of old. He's throwing to Tate just like he did in practice.
Well, John Roper and myself ran a decent stunt on that play, and I held my guard, and Roper came around me and hit him in the ribs. He had to throw it off his back foot and up in the air, and like a punt.
Okay, now with the Saints, they have a little bit of a quarterback controversy. Hebert didn't play today, still got a little bit of a concussion and a bad shoulder.
That's what happens when the second-string quarterback comes in and wins a game. The coach starts thinking, well, am I playing the right guy?
He's also got a drooling problem right there. But this guy's much more dangerous than Walsh, I think, although Walsh had a good game today. He throws kind of a soft ball, and he's more of a frail type of guy, don't you think? Throws like a little Nerf ball. Well, this is just my uneducated assessment.
Yeah, well, exactly.
I mean, Hebert, obviously, if Hebert's healthy, he's better than Walsh, don't you think?
I don't know. I'm not a quarterback guru that some people think they are.
But I mean, as a defensive player, you have to...
Yeah, exactly. As a defensive player.
It makes a difference who the quarterback is, right?
Well, personally, I like a frailer guy to stand back there and duck when you come in and not try to run from you.
Like Testaverde, you know, you hit him once. Ow, quit it. Oh.
I love how you chastise people on this show.
Yeah. Oh,
you're beautiful.
You don't, though. Next up on Sports Sunday, a very special feature starring one very special young man. Don't go away.
Help fight the corrosive effects of salt and water. Every Lexus features airbag terminals plated in gold. Of course, we might have used a less expensive material, but it wasn't money we were interested in saving.
Midas is coming at you with values by the truckload, announcing the biggest news to come down the road in a long time. It's Midas-sized days with great values on our basic services, featuring quality exhaust, brake, and suspension services. That's right, top quality mufflers, brake shoes or pads, and shocks and struts installed and guaranteed. Take advantage of our value and quality and these Midas-sized days before they quietly disappear. Nobody beats Midas. Nobody.
A couple of years ago, I tried that Chevy truck. You know, the one they said would finally beat Ford?
Don't remind me.
Well, they were wrong. So I'm going to get me a new Ford. You know, they got a new F-150 out this year.
Oh, yeah?
It looks great, and the interior is excellent. Besides, why should I buy another Chevy when the only new thing on it is a price increase?
Know what I mean?
Introducing the redesigned 1992 F-150, available now at your local Ford dealer for only $219 a month.
Well, one thing's for sure. I'll never switch again.
Hi, I'm Reverend Henry Williamson, president of Operation PUSH. PUSH Excel has a new pilot program called One Church, One School. That's a partnership between pastors, professionals, principals, politicians, personalities, pupils, and parents. One church plus one school equals a strong community. If you have a school in mind, call us. Or if you need the name of a school, dial 373-3366 or Freedom on your dial. Why not make a commitment today?
Operation Able's job fair for workers over 45 is November 19th at 9 a.m. at McCormick Center Hotel. Call 580-0399.
Welcome back to Sports Sunday. This is National Down Syndrome Awareness Month, and with Mike Ditka's guys taking the day off, it gives us an opportunity to bring you a story every bit as gratifying and exciting as any Bear victory. Tom Scher introduces us to 12-year-old Lucas Johnson.
Sunday afternoon soccer for a bunch of 7th graders. Nothing special about this group, but number 9 is very special. Lucas Johnson of Evanston has Down syndrome, but it hasn't stopped him from playing this sport and learning about
teamwork.
Yeah, teamwork's important, huh?
Yes, and teamwork will win this game.
That's what the coach tells you?
Yes.
Lucas enjoys it. He's just a nice kid, a thrill to be on the team.
He's learned a lot. He's improved, and he works at it. And as for anyone, being able to play on a team gives him a goal.
Lucas may not be the star of his team, but he makes contributions both with his ability and his temperament.
It's fun to see the other team when they don't think he can play very well, and then he'll go right past them or something, and then they'll look kind of dumbfounded.
Even if you're not doing too well at the game, you can have fun. And he always has fun.
It's nice to see Lucas when he passes the ball. He's so happy. It makes us happy, too.
And it helps the other kids, I think, understand exactly what he's all about. You know, that he is, carries his own load.
Lucas is a tough kid himself, so he can generally pull his own, but he does inspire other kids. He inspires them to try a little harder, I think, and they show each other what they can do.
There's no question that playing soccer has been very beneficial for Lucas Johnson. He's gotten a lot out of it. But he's also helped break down some common perceptions about children with Down syndrome.
Children with Down syndrome are children first, and they are capable of doing most things that other kids do. They enjoy the things that other kids do, and so Lucas is a good example of living a regular life. He has Down syndrome, but that's not the most important thing about him.
To illustrate that, Lucas is featured on a poster for the National Association for Down Syndrome.
Our poster is not a Down syndrome poster, it's a soccer poster, and I think that's our message, that think of kids with Down syndrome as kids first.
I learned a long time ago that he's his own person, and he does what he wants to do, and this is his interest, and I'm glad to see him pursuing it, and I'll support him as much as I can in that.
Children with special needs are, in many ways, like ourselves. You know, if we don't put out an effort, we're not going to get results.
Lucas happens to be a soccer player, and other kids with Down syndrome have other skills, and it's important for people to remember that. Instead, they just think of people with Down syndrome as all being the same. They're all extremely different, just like the rest of us.
Indeed. In Glenview, Tom Scher, Channel 5 Sports.
All right, when we come back, this week's edition of Prep Watch. Don't go away.
Sports Sunday is brought to you in part by Lexus.
Just how realistic is the audio system in the Lexus LS 400?
Carol does nuts and bolts news gathering every day and works hard at that. There isn't a street reporter in Chicago who works harder at reporting than Carol Marine. And she works hard at reporting and then comes out to anchor. When it comes to anchoring and reporting, nobody puts those two things together better than Carol, period.
Carol Moraine, Ron Majors, and the Channel 5 News Team. Chicago's best news, 24 hours a day.
Highland has great prices, right?
The best.
So how come Highland's price on this GE dishwasher was $22 higher than Fredder?
Big deal. One exception.
This Toshiba 30-inch TV was more than $200 higher at Highland.
Look, anybody can find a few examples.
How about 85? In a September 17th survey, Fredder beat Highland on 85 out of 90 items compared.
Wow.
How much proof do you need? If you want Fredder prices, you've got to go to Fredder.
Recently, these people walked out of Little Caesars with extra pepperoni and cheese without paying for it. Extra pepperoni. Extra cheese. Without paying for it. It's lots get extra pepperoni and extra cheese on 2 pizzas without paying extra.
Lots of.
At $8.98, it's a steal.
Welcome back, and it's time once again to highlight the high school scene, a little soccer, a little tennis, and as always, a heaping helping of football in John Kelly's Prep Watch.
Soccer from West Chicago kicks it off tonight with the Wildcats hosting Naperville Central. A physical battle throughout, and the Redskins' Dan Driscoll breaks a 1-1 tie. A free kick and a little luck gets it past Ernesto Romero, and the celebration is on. Johan Holth nails this one down, directing the ball into the top of the net, giving Naperville Central a 3-1 victory and the top seed in the conference tournament. On to the tennis courts for some girls' doubles action. The Lake Forest team of Jill Giannitis and Jessica Clapper has been enjoying a big year, as the Scout duo had a strong showing this weekend. Jill and Jessica won the doubles title at the Stevenson Sectional, advancing to next weekend's state tournament for a shot at becoming Illinois' top team.
Moving to our football segment, we check in on red-hot McHenry High. Perfect through 6 games, the Warriors put their unblemished record on the line against Fox Valley rival Woodstock.
Invading Blue Streak territory Friday night, McHenry dominated from the opening whistle. Warrior quarterback Eric Schultz fires to Rob Sabatka, and this covers 68 yards to the end zone, and they never looked back. On the ground, Mike Gonzalez pounding out the yardage, picking up 105 yards from McHenry. But it's Bill Marinengle taking the spotlight in this one. The Warrior workhorse racked up 194 yards rushing and scored 4 times. Marinengle's effort helped McHenry stay undefeated, beating Woodstock 34-6. We finish up with a crossover game from the West Suburban League. Undefeated Glenbard West visiting Addison Trail. The Hilltoppers' Billy Harris sets the tone early, scoring a 50-yard touchdown as Glenbard West jumps out in front. Now, it was a rainy night, but the weather didn't slow Harris, who ran for 129 yards and a pair of touchdowns. When Harris was taking a break, Javelle Knox picked up the slack, scoring from 16 yards away, giving the Hilltoppers a 21-0 lead. Late in the game, Addison quarterback Tom Bellock scores on the 13-yard keeper, but it's too little, too late, as Glenbard West improves to 7-0, winning it 21-6. With this week's Prep Watch, John Kelly, Channel 5 Sports.
All right, John, thanks a lot. If you're watching Channel 5 today, I think it was, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, from Kemper Lakes, the black and blue shootout selected Bears and Packers going head-to-head on the golf course. Look at the swing on this guy, like a rusty gate.
Yeah, well, that goes along with a 500-pound bench press, brother.
He's just too much upper body?
No, and look at this. Right down the middle. Pipe.
Okay. And how about the touch of a blacksmith here? Although you rolled it right up there, didn't you?
Look at this. I was playing better than all of them and had one bad hole and got ousted.
It came down to P.T. Willis and
Ron Hallstrom of the Packers.
And P.T. choked.
Gassed it.
Well, you got to let the Packers win something, right?
Yeah, they were happy, so I guess that.
All right, well, I guess that.
But now let's get down to the meat and potatoes of this show. You so offended the K-mob, because I can't say the other phrase, that we're going to have to do something.
Last week,
with the
last week I said that your lovely wife Deborah had
darker roots thing.
Had roots.
Yeah, so they plan. They want to do a little something. We're going to change up your hairdo, baby doll.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Oh,
we're going to change it up just a little bit.
Come on.
I'm such a good hairdresser.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Let's wait. We got to.
Yeah, we got to.
Oh man, what is this stuff?
This is something.
Jerry curl.
This is something. No, that's
dippity.
It ain't.
Wait, we got to get it just right.
Oh, you're gonna do a? Give me an Ed Grimley.
That's just. It's just nuts and berries. Nuts and berries.
Nuts and berries. That's got some activator in it, doesn't it? That's got some relaxer.
That ain't nothing but some activator.
There you go, Mark. I think that looks better.
Yeah.
Now.
Wow.
There's no dark roots, but
that's pretty good.
We've got the rooster look that you like being so much.
You know, Steve, why? Why did you do that?
Why did I do what? You brought it on yourself.
We had something all planned for you. Your birthday was Thursday.
Oh, we're gonna eat some cake?
We had a cake for you and everything. You know? Do you want to eat it here? Do you want to eat it here?
Do I want to eat it here? Home? Should I take these off?
You can take this home.
Here, let me see this.
Look it! Again! It didn't break again! This is a soupy sales show gone bad. You know that?
Soupy sales.
Jeez, God. Are we done yet? Can we go now? Man. You know, the cleaning...
Let's try this. This might be pretty good.
Beautiful man.
Not bad.
Yeah, you know who you are. It's time to go. I'll see you on next week's show. We had a blast. So sorry it couldn't last. No need to wear a frown. It's 'cause the critics put me down. They say I'm crass. Well, they can go and kiss my... No one tells me how to talk or when it's time to go. If you're so great, then why don't you get your own damn show? Get your own damn show. It's my show.
Last year, Chevrolet introduced the Caprice, and it was a big hit with some people.
But you know what I like best? These extra large fenders, huh?
Yeah, that's real nice.
This year, Ford introduces the 1992 Crown Victoria, and it's a big hit with the critics. USA Today said the engine is fabulous, and according to Car and Driver, the Crown Vic trounces the Caprice in styling.
You sure you don't want to ride?
No, you go on ahead.
The 1992 Ford Crown Victoria, it's much more than just everyday transportation.
Dear Walgreens,